Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Riggy Marz. Sorry I haven't posted in a while. For those of you that saw the original Jordan River Recordings Friend Fridays interview, we made the conscious decision to delete it because we could do it better. So here we are, Friend Fridays. Rest in peace, Ryan Leone. We got Andy Rodriguez.
Yo.
One half of Jordan River Recordings here. Yeah, man, let's get into this. So we're winging it again.
Yep.
Let's start with where you're from.
I'm from Tucson, Arizona. I'm from the outskirts of in the desert. You know,
Yeah.
we grew up with like almost no neighbors, cactus all around, all that good stuff.
Would you eat peyote?
Would I?
Yeah. I mean, then.
Oh.
Would you now?
No, both. Neither. No.
Neither?
Fuck no.
Okay.
No way, man.
Peyote, no, I did.
That's like a hallucinogen, right?
Yeah, I did peyote once. And I was at a festival and I lost all my clothes.
You just ended up naked?
Yeah, like I had my boxers on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
So what we're like, so for those that don't know, Andy is an engineer, hence the plaques, producer, MC.
Yeah.
One of my best friends. He mixed the Drug Stories for Truckers
Yeah.
audiobook, and also we'll get into that later. So you grew up in Tucson.
Yeah.
What were your early like musical influences? Like,
Man.
Did it, is it like in your DNA?
Not really, man. My family wasn't like super musical. I'd have like distant uncles and relatives that would break out like a guitar or something, but that was it. But when I was 7, one of my aunts bought me my parents bought me a CD player, and my aunt bought me my first CD, and it was the CD single for Sky Is the Limit and Going Back to Cali from Biggie. And that just like changed my whole shit. And ever since then I wanted to be a rapper immediately, and then I just started getting my hands on, whatever I could as far as like rap music went, and just started like getting more versed. And then I got a little bit older and the internet came into play, and I was just downloading everything. Like literally, like I remember downloading Napster, yeah. I remember getting like Pastor Troy's album and Wordsworth's album on the same day, and then like a Tone Deaf album, I think all at once, like just whatever I could listen to, bro.
Hell yeah.
And I started writing when I was like 12, and then I started recording myself when I was 18, and then we had this radio station in our high school, and me and Adrian both were part of it. So that's where we like first started messing with Pro Tools and stuff. But I got my own setup when I was 18, a little bit later, and then we went to school for engineering when I was 20, and moved out here, and I've just been going ever since.
Where'd you go to school at?
For engineering?
Yeah.
At the conservatory.
Dope.
Yeah,
okay.
It's in Phoenix.
So what was it, like a 2-year program, right?
Nah, it's like 9 months plus a 3-month internship, so it's a year altogether.
So how long have you guys been in LA?
For 12 years now.
12 years.
Yeah, November 1st was our anniversary, so it just passed.
And you were working, you were working at Chalice Studios right away?
No, so I did an internship at a small studio called Sonora Recorders, and I was working with a producer named John Hill, and we worked on stuff to like pitch to like CeeLo and Big Boy from Outkast and Christina Aguilera. Those are like the first thing that I ever did that landed was Freak Like Me by Santi Gold. That was like the first thing I ever worked on that actually came out. And then once that internship ended, it was like little communication with them after that. So I started just applying at studios, and I ended up getting in at Chalice when I had been out here for like close to a year. And I worked there. I did a 4-month internship there, and then I was freelance for like 3-4 years. I was just like on call. And then I got hired full time.
Name some artists that you've worked with at Chalice.
Oh man, Lil Nas X, Trevor Daniel. We did the Tiana Taylor there. Who else? I recorded Lil Baby there. I recorded Jeremiah, Migos. Chalice is crazy because you just see everybody come in there. You'll meet somebody and be like, I remember we met Juice WRLD and we're like, is that the person? Is that the label? Like, we didn't know. Next thing you know, he's like the biggest artist on the planet. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, so he wasn't even popping yet?
No, not at all.
Damn.
Yeah. So you see these guys just like really blow up from like nothing. It's Chalice is one of those places, man. Chalice is. There's got to be a documentary on it at some point in history because it's like it was so crucial for like the genre of hip hop for like the 2010s because everybody was in there.
Is it just like didn't like the Beatles record there back in the day?
No.
Is it that old?
No, that's Record Plant.
Okay,
Yeah. Record Plant's like the oldest studio I think that's still around. That one is Sunset Sound, but Sunset Sound's like a lot of like country music and stuff. Yeah.
So name some projects you worked on this last since during the pandemic, because I know that you were getting cut hours at Chalice. You were stressed out about like and then you ended up quitting or whatever, getting laid off, and you went full time just on your own.
Yeah.
What have you touched on? Name some artists, underground.
Oh
mainstream.
man. Let me see. Well, we did the Capadonna album, the third Grail Chamber Bars. That one came out. That one hit top 10 on Billboard, which is really crazy. We did the Cannabis Kaiju album with Body Bag Ben. That one's crazy too because that hit Billboard. Like we brought Cannabis back to fucking Billboard. You know what I mean?
Fucking
hit
platinum?
number 87. No, it's not platinum. It's just Billboard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have a plaque for that. What else did we do? We did Ricky Hyde and Body Bags Hide the Body Bag.
Isley Brothers.
Worked on the Isley Brothers with Eric Hudson. We did some projects for ASAP Ferg with Hudson. It's been a lot. It's been pretty, this year alone, like the last like calendar year has been crazy.
Alvarado Diaries, Lush
Diaries,
One, all the shit you've done with Broken Complex.
Yeah, Broken Complex.
Satire, Chase Moore.
Yeah.
Baby Franco, Water Buffaloes.
Yeah.
Val the Wonder.
Val got a joint that we mastered for her. We did her last album, and one of the joints is on the new Blockbuster show on Netflix.
The show Euphoria, right?
We also did one on Euphoria
man,
too.
That's fucking
So
dope.
she got 2 different placements. Yeah, you seen the Blockbuster show?
Nah.
It's a sitcom about them working at the last Blockbuster, and like at the end of one of the episodes, like one of her joints comes on.
Who are some artists that you really want to work with in the future?
Man,
like if you could pick 3 rappers to produce and engineer the album for them, who would they be?
Snoop would probably be like my top choice right now because that motherfucker does everything.
Yeah.
I'd really love to work with somebody like that. I'd really like to work with like the Griselda dudes on an album. I've worked with like people on their label but I haven't worked with like Benny directly, and he's probably my favorite rapper out right now. Maybe Vince Staples?
That would be dope.
Yeah.
Vince Staples is dope.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about Ryan a little bit, man.
Oh yeah, the GOAT.
Talk about when you first introduced him. How did you meet him? Where did you meet him?
So I had talked to him on the phone like once or twice with you guys, and then he hit me. I think he contacted you about him working with me, right?
Yeah.
And was talking about like, I got this album that I want to get mixed and blah blah blah, and it was Drug Stories for Truckers, which has fucking Johnny Depp, Chong, Freeway, Ricky Ross, Nick Stahl. Who's the dude from Blow?
George.
Yeah. Boston George.
Boston George. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's like, yeah, it's got all these people, and I was like, yeah, man, let's do it. I heard a lot about you from Riggy, and I had heard all these crazy stories. So, he finally, we set up the session, and he calls me. He's like, yo, I'm looking for parking. And so I get in the car with him, which was like my first mistake, We're driving around looking for parking.
Was it dirty?
Yeah, man, he had to do one of these. Get in, man, and just clean the seat off. So
fucking
I get
hoarder.
in. Yeah, it was like a fucking hoarder. So then he gets in. I get in the car, and we go find parking. He's whipping around. I'm holding on to the oh fuck bar, And we go inside, and like I've never done any drugs, you know what I mean? Like I've never even smoked weed. Like I'm a fucking square.
Yeah.
And he goes in, and he's got this little vial, this little bottle with like a dropper on it, and we're chilling, and he hits that thing, and I'm like, yo, like what is that? And he's like, it's GHB, and his eyes get real big, and I was like, oh shit. And then he goes, yo, I need to show you something, and he shows me a video of this kid that's like overdosing. I don't know who he was, and he goes, this dude was on 3 drops of this. And he leans in, he goes, I've done 5 drops since we've been here. And I was like, oh, shit. I really doubt he remembers that. Well, no, he remembers that night though, because when we're leaving, it's Chalice and Game's walking in as Ryan's walking out, and I was
game?
like, yeah, the game. And I was like, yo, that's the game. And he's like, yo, I love the game, bro. Like, I think he might have said what's up real quick. Like, Game's cool. So he was just like, yo, what's up, fellas? And Brian's like, yeah. And I was like, that was Game. And he's like, yo, that's crazy. I just met the Game. And then he would talk about meeting the Game with me after that. Like, yeah, we said what's up to the Game. And I'm like, how the fuck do you remember, bro? Like, he was all over the place. And, like, I'd be, like, sitting there, like, working. And I'd look, and he'd, like, be bouncing off the fucking walls. And, like, but...
That shit put his ADHD on overdrive.
Oh my god, bro!
How long was that session? How long did that take?
Fucking, it felt like forever, man. Cause like, and Chalice is owned by this guy that owns like 4-star hotels and big hospitals in China. So we have to treat it like it's like this 4-star hotel. That's what they tell us. And so he's just in there like bouncing around. There's like nice like things he could break and shit he could drop, and I'm just like. But no, we were in there for like maybe 3 hours, and we got the project pretty much done. Like, there wasn't a whole lot we could, like to do. Like, we just cleaned it up.
Yeah.
And man, he just kept being like, yo, play this part. And it was like the bro chop horn. And he would like stop it and then just tell me like what's going to happen. And like, man, we just cracked up. And like, those are the best sessions, man. They say like the best sessions are like 20% work and 80% laughing, you know what I mean? And that was the only time I took him to Chalice, but then he would come over here.
Yeah.
And, we'd record for audiobooks and stuff for Seth.
Yeah.
Who's doing the documentary on him that comes out next year. Yeah,
next year, 2023, Seth Ferranti is directing it. Super stoked on that, man. That's I've been around since, the beginning of the filming or production or whatever for that. Like Ryan would always show me all this footage and just crazy shit like the doomed marriage, and like it was that era. It was right before he went in for pimping and pandering. But he had all this footage, and I always thought like, dude, why do you film yourself like so much? And like it's crazy how this has come together, and he's legit got enough footage to make an entire documentary out of it,
Man, he would. I remember that first session at Chalice. He showed me some of the footage of like the cops following him when he was all paranoid. There's like helicopters, but they don't even. It's not even like about him at all, and it's kind of crazy because like watching it, that they're not following him, but like the way he's like talking, it's like you think. You know what I mean? Like, you just don't know. I don't know. He just had all this crazy... And, like, him just skateboarding and him when he's little, like... And then he would send me those, like, rough cuts that he would put together. These, like, 20-minute versions of this documentary. So, I'm excited, man, though, because Seth got some, like, real experience as a filmmaker. And I'm glad because... I would be worried because I was supposed to do the audio for it. So, I was going to be involved in the... final product. Yeah. But he would be like, oh, I fired the director. I'm just going to do it myself. And I fired the editor. I'm going to edit it. And he would just like keep firing people. And I was like, so not only was I worried that I was going to get fired, I was just worried that he's going to be like his manic self just making this 2-hour-long film about himself.
Seth is like the one dude that like can coexist and work together,
And I think it makes perfect sense for Seth to be doing this. But yeah, I'm glad at the services when Seth said that he was going to finish it, like I felt better about the project and I'm happy that it's happening because Ryan was so many fucking things, you know what I mean? Like when you meet somebody or like they have like this online presence, they only show you like either a small part of them or just what they want you to see. Right. And like to get to know Ryan was a completely different experience than watching his videos. And like just to see how like genuinely funny and charismatic he was, and I think we talked about this last time, but he would like have me edit his dad's audiobook, and he would have me like, oh, you should meet this person. He would invite us to those like industry parties, and he was just always trying to help everybody around him. Yeah. Even though me and him weren't like best friends, but we were cool enough that he was just like, yo, like
he's like that, man. He would do whatever. He would give the shirt off his back for his friends. You know?
And it's crazy because, like, I feel like people say that about people, like, but I know for a fact that it was true, even though, like, if I would just have been, like, a fan of his, like, I never would have fucking seen that side of him. You know what I mean? Because he's got like, he's funny online and he's talks about like his drug stories, but like you don't really see like the compassionate side of him.
Yeah, I remember you even said like, I'm like, yo, I got a good friend of mine named Ryan Leone. He needs some mixing done. And you called me a second time, like, yo, bro, are you sure this dude's cool? I'm like, bro, he's cool as hell. Like,
Yeah.
they're like, all right, man, I trust you, you know? And it's
Yeah.
like, you know, whether he was sober or like using at the time, like he was always, he never switched up. Bro.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what I admired about him, man. And, you know, like, because normally, like, you wouldn't even associate with, you know, someone if they were, like, actively using, like,
Right.
like him and I get down, you know?
Yeah.
But, like, he's a really good guy, man. And, you know, I wish, like, I don't know. I like, that's cool. Like, he's helped a lot of people,
Yeah.
you know, with his videos and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, helped people get sober. He changed a lot of lives and continues to with his channel. And this documentary is next level, believe me when I say that.
Man, yo, some of those, like, early cuts that I saw were pretty fucking gnarly.
Yeah.
So,
I wish people would remember him, like, not as, like, you know, the whole drug addict thing. Like,
yeah.
for him, it was hard for him to separate him. He was posting videos every day. It was hard for him to separate himself from, like, that character.
Right.
Even though it was him, too, but, like, you know, he's a real genuine dude and you know, one of the few junkies that I would, like, invite to my mom's house for dinner, you know?
No, he had a good heart for sure. And, like, there's, like, you know, when you meet somebody and especially, like, a celebrity or, like, an artist, they're like, the artist first, and then eventually, like, it takes some time to, like, cut through the shit, and then it's just the homie, and now it's, like, them being themselves. But, like, and it didn't take long for Ryan, you know what I mean? And, but once you kind of got through, like, past the character, like, there's still some of that, obviously, like, a lot of that, obviously, because he was a crazy dude.
Yeah.
But, like, just the rest of it that wasn't that was still, like, a lot of good in him, you know?
Yeah.
And that's, like, you know, those are the parts I'm going to miss, man. Like,
Yeah.
just him doing, like, you know, the funny accents and voices and just, like, bits that he would do for us that just had us rolling on the fucking floor for hours when we're supposed to be doing work, you know what I mean? That's why I said didn't get those audiobooks done because he was fucking telling stories and, you know.
I sent those to Seth.
Oh, those clips?
Yeah. Hopefully they make it to the documentary, man. Nick Stahl is doing all the, like, commentary and,
like the narrations?
The narration
oh,
for
wow.
it, I believe, right? I may be incorrect.
I haven't heard.
Like, everything was just changing all the time. Like I said, I was there through the, like, 4.5 years. And to get everything together, got put on hold. He went back to the Pinta, like, you know. But I believe, Nick Stahl is narrating.
Yeah, I haven't heard that, but that'd be dope. And it'd be a nice little bookend to everything too, because I know that they were working on some projects, and he was supposed to go to, like, Brazil, I think, with Nick.
Yeah.
Right, something like that. Yeah, he had told me, like, all these crazy plans that he had. Yeah.
I know Nick. Well, oh no. You know, I may be wrong. I believe Nick Stahl is playing the character of Damien from the novel Wasting Talent.
Are they doing a Wasting Talent?
Well, yeah. What's his name? Will De Los Santos, like, got the rights to the book.
Damn.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's dope. That's such a good book, man. He just gave me a signed copy one of the last times I seen him.
Do you have it?
Yeah.
Go get it real quick. He signed it, right? Yo, for anyone that has a signed copy of Wasting Talent, please comment in the comment section what Ryan signed on the first page. Please, I would love to see it, because I think I remember what he wrote on this one. It's great. It's great. Show it to the camera, dude. Or read it to him.
So I want to preface this by saying, like, see how beat up this copy is? It's because it was in his trunk. I put it in a nice place. I did not bend my copy. I got it bent because it was floating around with, like, 3 others in his trunk. And he's, like, going through his, like, throwing shit out like a cartoon character. And he's like, you want a copy of my book? And I'm like, yeah, I bought it. But I bought it, like, digital, you know? So... let's see. This says,
Andy, butt fuck my cock.
Yeah, I'm glad you put the date, man. That's beautiful, man.
Oh my god, classic Ryan Leone quotes, man.
Which I always wondered, does that mean his cock has a butt? And,
no, it doesn't. I've seen it in person and in videos that he's shown me.
I bet. Oh man.
Yeah.
No, Ryan's the fucking man, and you know, I think about him damn near every day.
Yeah.
And you know, it's all, you know, it was always good things with him. Like I said, it was always positivity. It was always him offering to help, or like ideas of like, hey man, you should hit up this person and do more audiobooks and make more money. And like, he was just always like trying to connect dots, which is what I like to do. I like to bring everybody together and be like,
same.
you know, even if I don't get money off of it, I'm like, you know, you should work with him and I don't have to be involved. But
yeah, that doesn't get reciprocated a lot with
right.
people, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you know, we're a dying breed, man.
Yeah, man. And Ryan was one of a kind, and man, like I said, he just had all these plans. He had these movies that he was gonna write, and screenplays he was gonna sell that were already written, and just all this shit in the works. And
Ryan's definitely inspired me to like because he always told me, he's like, dude, he's like, I wish I could write like you. I was like, what? Like,
yeah,
bro, I'd give up all my like rap writing abilities to write a fucking novel, you know?
Right.
I was like, I don't know the format of how to do it. And he's like, bro, like, you don't even need to put like periods and punctuation. Just write it.
Yeah.
Write it. Just write it. That's the first step. Write it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then you go through all that later, you know? And he always told me to like get my channel cracking with doing my own videos, which...
Oh yeah, he helped you with your YouTube channel, too.
He helped me build it up a little bit. You know, the interviews that we got on his channel. And, you know, once he passed away, I felt like really obligated to do that. Like,
yeah.
Just like, I think it's a solid way to,
hence the Friends Friday. So at least, you know, it's good to see that you're like staying consistent with it too.
Trying. It's hard. He'd post like 2 videos a day sometimes, dude. Like, we'd be hanging out. He's like, bro, I gotta go do a video. I'm like, damn, this fool's committed.
Dedicated,
you know? Dedicated, yeah.
Yeah, he would call me and be like, what the fuck's up with my shit? Why is it not recording? I'm like, I don't know.
I definitely, like, feel his presence, dude.
Yeah.
Everywhere I go, especially your back porch, bro.
Yeah.
Remember when he showed us that video of, what's that app, Cameo?
Yeah.
And he was talking about, like, eating poop or some shit.
Oh, my God. We should find... Those should go in the documentary.
That needs to go in the documentary, Seth Ferrani. Ryan's Cameo thing. It's fucking hilarious, man. Yeah, man, I'm super stoked on Idiot Savant coming out. Man. We got a song in that, Lush One and I, Dead End Kids, Hitting Fences, mastered by Jordan River Recordings.
And featuring Ryan Leone.
We got Ryan Leone talking in it.
Talking some shit.
I swooped him up from his crib and I just filmed him. I was like, yo, talk about snitches, bro. And I filmed him for about 5 minutes, like, talking all this shit, and then that's the part we picked and chopped up and put in the song, man. I can't wait for that to come out, man. There's awesome people involved in it, and it'll be a great way to remember Ryan and like give praise to Ryan.
Yeah, you know? Absolutely, he deserves it.
Much love, everybody. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's 23 minutes and 55 seconds. We're gonna do a part 2, a part 3. All the way up. We ain't stopping this shit.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you, man. You want to show them the plaques real quick?
Sure. So we got a Billboard #1 plaque for Trevor Daniel.
That's this one.
Yeah. And then we got Lil Nas X Platinum, which just went double platinum, so, you know, I might have to upgrade.
Let's go.
It's going to have to say 2 now. Tyga, this one's Adrian's. This is my roommate, but we're still very proud of it. And he's got a few more from Blueface coming. He did Bleed It, he did Studio, and I think those are both either gold or platinum at this point. And then, you know, a couple more billboards. This one's just crazy because I mixed the whole thing top to bottom. Me and Body Bag collaborated on that a lot.
Look at those features, man. Rest in peace, DMX. Rest in peace, MF Doom, man.
Man, I got the DMX session where he's just like you could just like go through and like find like the alternate clips, so you just hear him talking shit, and you know it's pretty cool.
What?
Yeah. Tiana Taylor, I did this with my buddy Blake. We did the single "How You Want It," which actually went gold, which is over there.
That's the gold one? No, that's diamond.
You know,
Motherfucking booth.
check the booth. So Riggy Marz
Yeah,
lives.
man. Let's go, man. Thank you guys. Comment your Ryan Leone quotes below for those that have copies of his book. Much love, y'all. Peace.